Now they say, if you think you're enlightened, try spending a week with your family. Now, if that's the case, if that's the marker for enlightenment, then I certainly ain't fucking enlightened. Because I had some family members to stay the other day, and they were driving me crazy. I was already feeling quite sensitive that day, and all my old triggers from childhood just came flying up to the surface. And for some reason, in those moments, I wasn't able to express myself, so it kind of got stuck in my system. All of these old triggers, all of these old patterns got stuck in my system. And so I was going to bed, and I was speaking to my girlfriend before we went to sleep. And I was just saying, like, I'm just full of anger. I just got so much anger in me. I got so much tension in me, whatever. And I was lying in bed, like, tossing and turning. Couldn't get to sleep. I was like, oh, God. So stressed. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go and lie on the sofa. And I went and lay on the sofa. And I was having these thoughts about my family and like arguments going on in the head, and I was just like, okay, this ain't going anywhere. The triggers happened. I'm not going to process all of this in one night, so what can I do? And I just lying there on my side, I just softened my heart. And in softening my heart, I entered into my heart. And the heart might then tighten again, and I just gently soften it. We have the power to soften our heart when it hardens. And in softening that, I just opened to wide open, spacious beingness. And instead of being a person struggling, arguing with their family, frustrated, I was wide open, spacious beingness. A lot of spiritual teachings are very intellectual. A lot of spiritual teachings are also about awakening from thought, awakening from the mind. And those are beautiful teachings. That is an incredible freedom to be free from thought. But to awaken through the doorway of the heart is quite wonderful. There's a deep silence in the heart. The heart holds so much pain. The heart holds so much defensiveness. Before we're in touch with our bodies, before we're truly in touch with all that's moving through the body, through the chakra system, through the nervous system, we don't realize how much the heart closes down in so many interactions. When we get angry, the heart closes down. When we're fearful, the heart closes down. When we feel ashamed, the heart closes down. The heart closes down. The heart closes down. Our hearts have been closed down through years and years of difficulty and challenge. The young child's heart is wide open. That's why you may remember a childhood experience where you were in such joy and someone might have said something to you. Some adult might have said something to you which they didn't even realize would hurt you, that they didn't even realize was insensitive, and they say it and it closes the heart down. You feel shame, you feel hurt. The heart closes down, and it's such a painful experience for the child. for the child to have their heart wide open. The child is in wide open, spacious beingness. They are living in their heart. And when that closes down, it is so painful for the child that the child becomes afraid to open it again because of the pain because of the pain of closing it down. The child then becomes afraid to open it. But the child does open it, the heart does open again. And then whoosh, it gets closed again. And our sensitive hearts get battered and closed and closed and closed and closed until we become these armoured, egoic adults with a closed off heart that we're not even conscious of. And then we suffer anxiety, we suffer depression, we suffer low self-esteem, we feel dissatisfied in life, we're addicted to our phones, we're addicted to TV, we're addicted to alcohol, we're addicted to nicotine because our hearts have closed down. But just how the closing of the heart cuts you off from your open connectedness to being. The heart is also a doorway in to your connectedness to being. So no matter what you're experiencing, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, and I mean that no matter how hard it is. There've been times where I was lying in bed, certain experiences I've had, difficult experiences. I won't go into what they were, but the thought has come into my head, I need to kill myself because of this experience. And I'd been working with meditation for a long time, so I didn't believe the thought, but the thought was arising, I need to kill myself because the pain was so much. There was no escape. There was no escape from the suffering. And in that moment, my only refuge, the only place I could go, the only thing I could do was just in the midst of all the struggle, in the midst of all the suffering, was just to soften my heart. And you can do that with just a slight, subtle intention. Just soften in the heart. You just make the heart a millimetre or half a millimetre softer than it was. And then you soften, and you give yourself to that. And then you might feel the heart holding on and you just soften around it. Soften around it. And it probably won't fully let go. It's unlikely to fully let go. But you don't need it to fully let go. You just need it to soften a fraction. And when the heart softens a fraction, you automatically get in touch with your being. Your being automatically, without you trying to make it happen, comes into experience. And then you live from your heart, you live from your being. So, on this channel and within our school, we give all sorts of methods, we give all sorts of techniques, we give all sorts of courses and structures to help heal our humanity, to help heal our psychology, for us to become mature, spiritual human beings on this planet. But sometimes no technique really helps and no technique is really needed. All we have to do is allow ourselves to be exactly as we are, and we just have to soften. We just have to allow the heart to soften. So find what works for you. Keep going. Know that every single struggle, every single difficulty, every single challenge, no matter how intense, is here to help you. It's here to guide you on your path. It's here to nudge you back home. It's here to help you discover the depths of your heart which you knew as a little child, which you intuit that something isn't right. You intuit that something is missing. That's why you watch videos like this, that something is missing. And through softening and giving ourselves to the heart, we come back home to ourselves. We feel whole, we feel at peace, we feel joyful, we feel alive. Thank you for listening, my friends. And peace be with you.